Okay, so today the topic is related to pelvic fracture, femur, and everything. So it's a very it's most important topic. At the same time, okay, at the same time, it's difficult to what is it, remember. But if you are much concerned or you are more concentrated, I will go very slowly so that you can understand some things. Okay, because going fast is not a issue. Going fast is not solve your problem. Okay, so I will go very slowly. Okay, in between, if you find anything uncomfortable or if you find you cannot have any understanding of that problem, you can just let me know. Okay, we'll start it. Okay, there is no hurry of completing any topic. Okay, and so most important topic is this femur fracture and neck and pelvic fracture. Okay, and there are many classification. You just have to remember the name. You don't have to go into the classification is not for you people. It's mainly for the postgraduate people. Okay, for you, mainly the name of the classification and which is related to which I will tell you as soon as it comes. Okay, so we'll start with pelvis. Okay, so in pelvis bone there is a sacrum. Okay, so there is a sacrum bone. Okay, this is sacrum and this is the pelvis. This is ilium, ischium, pubis. Okay, so ilium, ischium, pubis on both sides. There's a sacrum. In between there's a sacroiliac joint. Okay, there's anterior sacroiliac. There are ligaments. There are posterior sacroiliac ligaments. Posterior sacroiliac ligament. So I will start forming this. Okay. So there are many posterior sacroiliac ligament. There is anterior sacroiliac ligament. Okay, so this side. Okay, so this is ilium. Okay, then this is pubic symphysis. So this is pubis. Okay, and where we usually sit on our bums, this is ischium. So ischial tuberosity, this is ischial tuberosity. Okay, so normally we sit on this part of the bone. Okay, on our buttock. So this is ischial tuberosity. So this is ischium, this is pubis, which forms pubic symphysis. They are fibrocartilaginous in pubic symphysis, ischium and ilium. These are three bones. Okay, and the sacrum. So there are many ligaments. It's like anterior sacroiliac, posterior sacroiliac. Then here the sacroischial ligaments are there, sacropubic ligaments are there. So there are multiple ligaments which maintain the stability of the sacroiliac joint. Okay, so you should remember in sacroiliac joint the most important thing is the sacral ring. Okay, so it is a ring shape type structure. Okay, a ring type structure where you see this red one. Okay, so this is the ring. Okay, this is the ring which maintain the sacroiliac ligament of the pelvis. So pelvis stability totally depends upon the ring. If your ring is well maintained, it means it is well, the pelvis is stable. The problem occurs if there's any problem in the ring. Okay, so you remember this internal ring. Okay, now the next slide would be here. Okay, so mechanism of injury. Okay, so there is a mechanism of injury. So mechanism of injury can be of multiple sides. So from anterior you can have this injury. Okay, from posterior you can have, from lateral you can have injury, from superiorly. So from vertical injury can be there. There can be lateral compression. There can be anterior posterior compression. So these are the basic mechanism. That there's nothing rocket science in that. So this is something anterior compression. So if you see this is, so this is anterior compression. So in anterior compression, what to see? So there is anteriorly there is a force which removes this pubic symphysis. So this is anterior compression. Okay. Come. So this is anterior. You just remember the name. Okay. This is lateral compression. Okay. So lateral compression, there is a force which is coming from laterally, and on contralateral side it opens. Okay. So the force is from this side. If you think this is right, this is left. So it is from the left side. The right side got open. Okay. So this is lateral compression. It is also known as bucket handle. Okay. I don't know how it is bucket handle. Just wait. So bucket handle is this. This is the bucket. So this is bucket. Okay. Think this is handle. So I don't know why it is called as bucket handles, frankly, but you just remember this lateral compression is unstable fracture bucket handle because it disrupt the iliac bone. Okay, disrupt the internal ring. Okay, then the third fracture is open book fracture. So if there's a pubic symphysis, you just open the open book. The both pubic symphysis separated. Okay, so there's a separation of this area. Okay, so this is pubic symphysis one part, this is pubic symphysis one part. So if there is a separation of the pubic symphysis, it is known as open book fracture. Okay. So open book fracture is unstable fracture. Okay. So this separation is important. So which are the unstable fracture? One is your open book fracture. One is your lateral compression fracture. This one, lateral compression. The last slide. Okay. Then this is vertical shear. Vertical shear is the same. Superior, inferior. If there is a problem, that is known as vertical shear fracture. Okay. Now, so there is a Young Sheldon classification. So this is some series from web series. I got this name, Young Sheldon. So there's and these are the tiles. Okay. So for pelvis, you just remember Young Sheldon pelvis fall on the tiles. So for pelvic injury, there is two classification. One is known as tiles classification, and one is Young's classification. Okay. So you just have to remember the name. So there is tiles classification. Okay. The second is Young's classification. Just remember the name. Okay. So normally pelvic fracture is mainly done if there is any accident, RTA. RTA is road traffic accident, but it is of severe magnitude. Okay, so normal bike accident or any accident which is very low intensity do not cause this pelvic injury. So pelvic injury is usually caused by big accidents. Okay, so there should be a high intensity accident. Okay, so there are many fractures of the pelvic bone, ilium, ischium, pubis, because of the many ligaments and the many muscles are attached to. There is a severe blood loss. So any fracture of pelvis, you just have to remember the high. It is very mainly severe blood loss would be there. The patient will become hypotensive. Okay, so you have to contemplate that blood loss amount. Okay, so 3 to 4 liter usually goes into that. Okay. Then when you will treat the surgical fracture, surgical treatment. So there is a two type of treatment in pelvic fracture. One is conservative, one is surgical. So always try to go for conservative first, but surgically you have to go if there is some indications of surgical. One indication of surgical is that internal ring got disrupted, first thing. Okay. Second thing, the pubic symphysis, if it is more than 2.5 centimeter. Okay. So if the separation is more than 2.5 centimeter, you have to go for that. One is rotationally and vertical unstable. So any unstable fracture, you have to go for that. Okay. I will again go and again for this same thing. Okay. So this is pelvis, this is sacrum. There are many ligaments attached. This is pubis, this is ischium. Okay. So it is a very complex structure. The main thing is you have to remember this internal ring. This should be maintained. Okay. If this is maintained, you are in safe zone. Okay. So mechanism of injury can be anterior, lateral, superior, inferior. It can be anywhere. Okay. So mechanism of injury is all these four. Okay. Now this is anterior compression where there is anteriorly compressed. Okay. So if there is anterior compression, there is a what do you say? There's a disruption of the pubic symphysis and all that. Okay. The second slide is lateral compression fracture. Lateral compression fracture is bucket handle. Okay. So lateral compression is bucket handle. Okay. And it is mainly unstable fracture. Okay. It is mainly unstable fracture. Okay. The third is open root fracture where pubic symphysis there is a separation of 2.5 centimeter. So this is 2.5 centimeter. If it is more than 2.5 centimeter, it is more unstable and you have to operate it. Okay, 2.5 centimeter is this is open book fracture. Okay. This is vertical shear. Okay, vertical shear which is rotationally and laterally unstable are the same for the operative part. Okay, what is the classification in this Young Sheldon's on tiles? Young Sheldon fall on the tiles. So Young classification and tiles classification. This is tiles classification, this is Young classification. The thing important of this pelvic fracture, blood loss should be on the severe higher side. It should be like 3 liter, 4 liter, whatever. Surgical treatment is done in only unstable fracture where there is a rotational and vertically unstable. Okay. The rest of the thing, it is not easy fracture to be operated. So we usually try to conserve, but these two factors where you cannot have any other option. So if there is instability in the rotational side and the vertical side, you have to operate. If the symphysis more than 2.5 centimeter, you have to operate. So these two things you should remember. Okay. Now come to next topic. Okay. So the next topic is acetabulum. What is acetabulum? So acetabulum is this is femur head. Okay. and this is your acetabulum. Okay, so this is femur head and this is acetabulum. Okay, so this sometimes the acetabulum get fractured. Okay, so the normally acetabulum, what happens to acetabulum is there is two part of the acetabulum. Okay, so it's not like it's surrounded from anterior part also the femur head, and there is a posterior part also. Okay, so acetabulum is a cup like surface. It's like this surface. Okay, it's like cup like surface. Okay, so there is a anterior part. Okay, and posterior, there is a posterior part. Okay, so the same thing, it covers the femur head from anterior and from posterior. Okay, so acetabulum, this it can get fractured in some big injuries. Okay, so acetabulum fracture, main thing you should remember in acetabulum is there's a band known as Beatles, and they have a very famous song, Hey Jude, some very nice song. So there's a Jude classification for acetabulum fracture. So you have to remember the name of the classification, Jude classification for acetabulum fracture. Okay, so the same I had already told you. So the acetabulum, if you see, this is the acetabulum. This is the this is the anterior part, or you can say it is what do you say? It is the outer part. Okay, and this is the inner part of the acetabulum. Okay, so if you see the acetabulum, it is this one. Okay. So if we are seeing it in a lateral view, okay, so lateral view, if you see, this is the acetabulum. Okay, this is the anterior part. No, this is the anterior side and this is the posterior side. Okay, so it is divided into two parts. Okay, so this is anterior column of the acetabulum and this is the posterior column of acetabulum. The same thing, anterior column and posterior column. So you just remember the acetabulum have two columns, anterior and posterior. Okay. Okay, so there's two column. Okay, so in acetabulum got fracture sometimes. So if there is a what is a bicolumnar fracture? Okay, both column fracture. So if you see the fracture is in between, so there is anterior column fracture, there is posterior column fracture. So there is known as spur sign. Okay, so spur sign is mainly pathognomic of both column fracture. So if you see spur, okay, so this is a spur. You see this is spur. यहाँ पे if you see this one is spur. This is spur. Okay, here you see this spur. Okay, here you see this spur. So these are spur fracture. Okay, so spur fracture is mostly common in the bicolumnar fracture of the acetabulum. So acetabulum, if there is a bicolumnar fracture, you will see spur sign. Okay. Then there is a ghoul sign. So this is the seagull. Okay, so seagull have this shape. Okay, so in other fracture you can see ghoul sign. Okay, just remember the two.
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही है. अच्छा ठीक है.
हेलो, अभी आ रही है आवाज?
हाँ आने लगी सर, आने लगी.
Okay, so I had already talking of two signs in acetabulum fractures. Okay, so acetabulum is anterior and posterior. Okay, so anterior and posterior, there's two column. Okay, so acetabulum, if the both column, anterior column and posterior column, both get fractured. Okay, there is a part known as spur sign. Okay, so you can see this spur. Okay, you see this spur. Okay, there's a spur like actually. Okay, in here you can see this spur. Okay, so there's spur sign. Okay, just remember bicolumnar fracture of acetabulum, you will find spur sign. Okay, then the next is seagull sign. Okay, so if there's a fracture of acetabulum, see this is acetabulum, this is superior, and in the posterior. So postero-superiorly, if there's any problem, you can find this gull sign. So gull sign is, this is gull sign. These are the, if you see, if you have ever draw mountains and all the rivers in your childhood, you will find this seagull. Okay. These are the seagull. Okay, so the gull sign is also found in the same acetabulum fracture. So spur and gull sign. So you can remember seagull claw, okay, or seagull spur in an acetabulum. So it will be easy for you. Okay, the same. This is a seagull sign. Okay, so when you operate acetabulum, so acetabulum is also the same. Okay, so if there is a instability, what do you mean by instability? If there is acetabulum is fractured and it is unstable, so unstable in the sense the femur head cannot be contained inside that acetabulum. If there is a dislocation of the femur head, The main role of acetabulum is what? It to contain the femur head. Okay, so to make it stable. So if the femur head is recurrent dislocated, if you're dislocating every time you flex or extend your hip, so it is a recurrence dislocation, then you have to operate the acetabulum. If femur head cannot go inside the acetabulum, it is irreducible dislocation, means you have to, it cannot be relocated. Okay, then you have to again open it. If there's a nerve of vessel injury, nerve is like which nerve go behind the acetabulum? Sciatic nerve. So if there's a sciatic nerve injury or there is an entrapment of sciatic nerve in the bicolumnar fracture or unicolumnar fracture, whatever, so you have to operate. Then there's a vascular injury. If there is a iliac artery and any artery entrapped in the fracture, you have to operate. So mainly surgical is related to neurovascular injury and the recurrence and irreducible dislocation of the femur head. Okay, so these are the approaches. Okay, so when you operate the femur or acetabulum, so acetabulum can be operated from anterior side and can be operated from posterior side. Okay, so posterior, if you going to operate, there is a approach known as Kocher-Langenbeck approach. Okay, you just see this figure. Okay, so even if you do any operation on the hip, this is the classical approach. Okay, this is known as Kocher. Okay, so it's like Kocher-Langenbeck approach. There is nothing you can remember. You just remember Kocher-Langenbeck approach. This is a posterior approach. Okay. There is anterior approach. There is anterior approach which is ilioinguinal. So if you see the ilioinguinal ligament, so ilium is this bone. Okay. Ilium is this bone is ilium, and inguinal is this ligament. Okay. So inguinal in ilioinguinal approach बोलते हैं. So anterior it is very easy to remember because there is a iliac bone and inguinal ligaments. Ilioinguinal ligament, anterior ilioinguinal approach. The posterior is always known as posterior approach is known as Kocher-Langenbeck approach. Okay. What are the complications of operation? So operation, any operation has the same complication. One is neurovascular injury, neural injury, vascular injury. The second thing is avian of femur head. Okay. So if you are operating this one, if you are operating acetabulum, okay, if you are operating acetabulum, you can injure the femur head or nerve supply, blood supply of femur head. So femur head can go into avian because of your, so this is your femur. Okay. So you remember this is as your femur head. Okay. This is your acetabulum. Okay. So if you are going from posterior anterior and you destroy this area, okay, you destroy the femur neck area. Okay. So obviously there would be decreased blood supply to hair. So avian femur head can happen. The second problem is secondary osteoarthritis. What do you mean by secondary osteoarthritis? So see, this is very circular. So this is acetabulum is very circular. If you consider this as a circular, the head is also circular. Okay. If you got fracture of the acetabulum, okay, if you got fracture of the acetabulum, and while reduction means दोनों bone को approximate करते हैं. So if you are a very immature surgeon or you are a very new surgeon, you can reduce like this. Okay, you can reduce like this. Okay, see if this is two fragment. Okay, ये acetabulum के दो fragments हैं. So normally it should be gum above and ये line और ये line को match करना चाहिए. So this line, so this is if you see femur head है. This is femur head, remember. So this line and this line should be matched. Okay. Ideally, it should be like in the same line. Okay. But if you are immature surgeon and एक fragment ऊपर एक fragment नीचे, okay, and you fix it like that, so आपका fracture, your fracture would become like this. I will tell you. So if you are not very much concerned about the fracture, so fracture will become like this. Okay. So it will unite in this position. The fragment will unite in this position. Okay. Now this is femur head. Okay. So the circular, there should be a circular movement between the femur head and the acetabulum. So because of uneven surface, this यहाँ का जो cartilage है, this cartilage start getting destruction. Okay. Now it is because of destruction of cartilage. इधर का भी cartilage destruction चालू होगा. Then once the cartilage of acetabulum has gone, the femur head cartilage would gone. Okay. Now there would be starting of the arthritis. Arthritis means both joint का cartilage का destruction, which leads to problems in the both joint surface. So joint surface का problem होगा. So it is causing secondary osteoarthritis. Because of the fracture, there is osteoarthritis started. What is primary osteoarthritis? Primary osteoarthritis means age related. With age, there is a wear and tear of the cartilage, and it started arthritis. So that is primary osteoarthritis. So primary osteoarthritis is age, means 80 years का कोई female, 80 years female, With age, there's a wear and tear of, this is your head. So with 80 years of age, the cartilage start wear and tear, and from this position, the cartilage gone to this position. Halka sa ho jata hai. So this is primary osteoarthritis. But if there is a problem from outside, like any other issue, fracture, trauma, whatever, and there is osteoarthritis, that is known as secondary osteoarthritis. Okay? So this fracture can go into secondary osteoarthritis. Okay, so again we'll learn the same thing. Okay, and then we'll go to femur head supply. Otherwise, it will be. Okay, so acetabulum fracture, you should remember Hedgewood song. Okay, if not, you go and listen the song. It's a nice song. Hedgewood song. So Jude classification in the acetabulum. Acetabulum has two signs. One is anterior column, posterior column. Spur sign, you just remember. If you don't remember bicolumnar, that's okay. You just remember two signs: spur sign and gull sign. Okay, you can say the seagull have the spur. Okay, you can remember seagull have a spur. So spur sign, gull sign. Okay. Surgically, when to operate, one is unstable. If the acetabulum is unstable, what do you mean by unstable acetabulum? The main aim of acetabulum is to contain the femur head. The femur head cannot be contained. Either it cannot be go inside, or every time it go inside, it come outside. Like it is recurrence dislocation or irreducible dislocation. That means you have to operate. Any nerve injury, you have to operate. Any vascular injury, you have to operate. Approaches, there's two approaches. One is anterior to the acetabulum and one is posterior to the acetabulum. Anterior approach is ilioinguinal because there is iliac bone and inguinal ligament. So ilioinguinal. Posterior, you just remember cocher. I just remember the cochna. When we poke somebody's in the cochna. So cocher Langenbeck approach. You are coaching, you are poking the buttock area. So that is cocher Langenbeck approach. Okay. Now the complication is the same. The nerve vascular injury, any operation have the same complication, neurovascular injury. Avian femur head always correlated because when you operate acetabulum, the femur head comes in between. So there is a sometime fracture of the femur neck which leads to femur head avian and secondary osteoarthritis. Okay, now you come to femur head supply. Till now you are okay with the audio, video and whatever.
Yes, sir.
Any lag in video or
No, sir.
no? Okay. Till this slide, you are okay with all understanding of acetabulum and pelvis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start again with femur. Okay, so femur have this area. Okay, so for you people who were not learned the lecture of femur head, so this is head. Okay. So this area is head. Okay, this area from this to this is neck. Okay, so this is head. Okay, so this, remember this as a head, circular head. This is a neck. Okay, then comes, there is a GT. Okay, this is greater trochanter. Then comes the lesser trochanter, and then comes the shaft. Okay, so this is GT. This is GT, greater trochanter. Okay, this is lesser trochanter. The two trochanters. Okay, this is head. This is neck. Okay, this is a shaft. यहाँ से shaft चालू होता है. So the blood supply of femur head comes through this area. Okay, from the neck area. So neck area is very important. Even our neck is very important because all the blood circulation to the head area. So vertebral artery, iliac artery, then carotid, everything goes through neck. So if you disrupt the neck, the head will go into death. Okay, the same thing, the femur is having the same analogy with humans. Okay, so you just remember there's two things to remember in this. You cannot remember everything. So the main important artery you should remember. So I think the main important artery is the retinacular arteries. So there is a lateral circumflex artery. Circumflex का मतलब क्या होता है? What do you mean by circumflex? It is surrounding that area. Okay, it is surrounding that area. So circumflex means surrounding that area. So lateral circumflex surrounded from lateral side. Medial circumflex surrounded from the medial side. These are both artery of profunda femoris. Profunda means क्या होता है? Deep. So anywhere you got profunda, profunda means hota hai deep. You just remember this is. Sometimes you say profunda brachii or something. Profunda means deep hota hai. So profunda femoris means is a femoral artery branch which is very deep. Okay. So there is a lateral circumflex which surrounds this. one is medial circumflex, which is surrounding from the medial side. They both forms a arcade of artery, and from where there is just some retinacular artery. Retinacular artery is very small arteries which are going to head. Okay, so the most common problem, if there is a disruption of the neck, the retinacular artery is disrupted, and this leads to death of this area. After other than that, there is a supply from the ligamentum teres. यहाँ से stabulum से ligamentum teres होता है. So there is a supply from ligamentum teres obturator artery, but you cannot remember everything. You have to remember things which are important for your MCQ thing. So one is retinacular artery. You remember retinacular artery, and one is, I think, the most common blood supply of between lateral circumflex and medial circumflex, which is more important. This you have to remember. Okay, so major blood supply is the medial circumflex. So major blood supply of head is the medial circumflex. So there is two supply. One is lateral circumflex, one is medial circumflex. The more thicker artery is the medial circumflex. Okay. So you have to remember the most common artery supplying to the head or the neck of the head or neck of the femur is medial circumflex. One MCQ. Which artery disruption can cause AVN? Then retinacular artery, or you can say ascending cervical. Cervical is a word which is used mainly for neck. Okay, जैसे we have a cervical spine, that is means neck spine. So ascending cervical बोलते हैं. यहाँ से ये सारे arteries ascend कर रही है. These are all ascending. Okay, these are ascending. They are also known as retinacular. Retinacular means small. Small arteries are known as retinacular artery, and these are ascending into the neck. So they are known as ascending cervical. So you can say ascending cervical. Okay, ascending cervical or retinacular artery. So disruption of this, इसका disruption हुआ, then you can cause AVN. Okay, the major blood supply is medial circumflex artery. Medial circumflex artery is a branch of profunda femoris. Okay, so you just remember these two things. So medial circumflex most common, AVN का most common, retinacular artery, medial circumflex artery, lateral circumflex femoral artery. Okay. Okay, the same thing. The neck. Already I told you what is neck, what is head, and what is this. So this is your head. Okay. Then comes into neck, and then यहाँ से फिर अपना GT and all that चालू होता है. Okay. So neck में there is a 3 types of neck. It can fracture here. It can fracture here. It can fracture here. So it can fracture upper. It can fracture in between, and it can fracture in last में ऐसा. यहाँ पे ये देखो. This was the fracture. So there is a 3 variety of the fracture. Okay. So what do you mean by capital? One is, I will go ahead and remember. So there is a 3 classification. Okay, there is 3 classification. We'll go and we'll learn. Okay. So there is a bilocation of fracture line. Okay, so first is bilocation. So where the fracture is, this is to be remembered. Okay, where the fracture is, the first classification comes on that. Okay, so see, there is a 3 classification. One is capital. What do you mean by capital punishment? Capital punishment means head hanging. It is most proximal to the body. Most proximal to the body means it is more towards the head. So capital punishment is means head ki taraf. So this is your head. Okay. So this is your head. Okay. ये इतना बड़ा neck का area है. Okay. So this is whole neck area. Okay. So towards head is known as capital, subcapital punishment. Subcapital punishment जैसा बोलते हैं, या किसी भी state का capital. Capital means head. So this is head. So toward head, सबसे adjacent to head अगर कोई fracture होता है, so this is known as subcapital fracture. So you just remember subcapital means adjacent to head, any fracture is subcapital. Then base cervical. Base cervical means, what do you mean by base cervical? Cervical means neck होता है. तो neck का base जो हुआ, that is base cervical, base of the cervical. Okay, base of the neck. So one is base cervical, and in between किसी का हुआ तो trans बोलते हैं. What do you mean by trans? Trans means through and through. Okay, so you means trans means through and through. So if there is a through and through problem, that is known as trans cervical. So subcapital fracture, trans cervical fracture, and base cervical fracture. Okay. These are the 3 different way of anatomical classification. So most common and which is the least common. Okay, so most common is the basic. Okay, so यहाँ से fracture होना is more common. Okay, as you know that capital punishment in India or anywhere in the world is the least. Okay, so the least problem is subcapital. Least problem is subcapital. So least common is subcapital. Most common is the basal. Okay, and which causes cause of avian. Okay, so there's other MCQ like most common cause of avian. So most common cause of avian is caused by which fracture? So subcapital. Okay, so like capital punishment leads to death. The same thing avian में death होता है head का, and which fracture among three is the most common cause of avian? It's subcapital punishment. So subcapital punishment is one of most dangerous fracture because it leads to avian. Most least common है because capital is not punishment is not common, and most common is the basic punishment. तो ये हो गया तुम्हारा. Okay. So now there is two other problem. Okay. So joint capsule के बारे में समझो. So any joint is lined by some capsule. Okay. Some synovial membrane or capsule. So you just remember two things. Capsule होता है. So this is your acetabulum and this is your femur head. So there is a capsule जो ऐसा lined up होता है. Okay, so it lined up from the head and it cover whole the head. ये पूरा head को cover करता है. It's like this one. So it is like this one. It cover the whole head. Okay, ये पूरा head को cover करता है. So any fracture जो इसके अंदर होगा, जिस capsule के अंदर, it should be intracapsular fracture. So again I will draw and. So if you think this is your capsule, okay, this is your capsule. So any fracture जो इसके अंदर होगा, so which fractures इसके अंदर होगा? One is your capital punishment and one is your transcervical punishment. Okay, ये दो fracture इसके अंदर होगा. Extra capsular कौन से fracture होंगे? One is basicervical जो neck के just नीचे रहता है, and one is intertrochanteric. You just remember intracapsular which fractures are intracapsular. So capsule के अंदर कौन से रहेंगे? So this is your capsule. Okay, so the fracture which is very adjacent to the head, that is subcapital and transcervical. So intra is subcapital and this is subcapital and transcervical. You just remember the upper two fractures. Upper two fractures कौन से थे? Subcapital and transcervical. They are intracapsular. Capsule के अंदर रहते हैं. और capsule के बाहर रहने वाले rest fractures हैं जो basicervical होते हैं या intertrochanteric होते हैं. Okay. So you remember this thing. Okay, there is other classification which is known as Garden classification. So you come backward. Okay, so in femur we are still dealing with femur neck fracture. Okay, so femur neck fracture mein there is a three type of classification. One is location of the fracture line, where we got this capital and this three. Okay. The second is Garden classification and one is Powell's classification. So you just remember two things. So this is a photo of West Indies batsman Ricardo Powell. Okay, Ricardo Powell. This is a photo of Ricardo Powell. Okay, boys must be remembering the name, but I don't know about that. So Ricardo Powell is a very famous cricketer of West Indies, and this is the garden of him. Okay, so Ricardo Powell and gardens. Okay, so there's two classification: Ricardo Powell's classification, gardens classification. The fracture line classification you already know. Okay, there's three types. Okay, then garden classification is the most common classification. Now we'll study. So now it's less than 1 minute. The slide will stop and we'll again start from the garden classification. Okay, so garden classification will start with garden classification.